That's fine. Probably have to be me, and then I'll have to plug him in. He can't watch the phone, this rough.
Okay. Alright, the reason why it needs to be here because I want to show you the functionality of the box and the 220 switch because all these components, electrical, plumbing, and filtration. So we're going to be talking first about electrical, okay? This right here on this box, that's a 220 switch to kill the power for the whole thing right here, okay? This one, this is the ground fault protection for the pool light, okay? Sometimes on a thundery day, on a rainy day, it's going to pop the GFI just like the one you have on the restroom. Okay. So if you try to turn the light on and the light doesn't came on, that's the first thing you need to tag. Just make sure that this is reset. Okay. Now, if you try to reset this button and it keep popping up like that, that means there's something wrong with the pool light. So at that point, you need to call us. If the seal has been breaking, water goes into the light fixture. So it's going to be a shortness on the light. It's not going to let you reset it. If there's a problem, you need to call us. And we just turn the light into warranty. They have 3 years warranty.
So if I punch this, it keeps popping out and everything.
Yeah, don't mess it with that anymore because now you send currents or electricity to the water. Okay, so that's what he tried to prevent somebody getting electrocuted. So this is part of the inspection. The inspector required to have, the city required to have the pool light under a GFI ground fault protection, just to prevent somebody getting electrocuted.
So what's this right here?
This right here. That's the main 220 switch for the pump.
Turn everything off.
So if you turn it off, it'll kill the pump.
Everything turns off. I have a problem. Is turn that thing off.
Right. If you have a leakage or something and you don't know what to do, you can just
turn that off.
Right. That'll kill the.
And then if I just have a little problem with the light or whatever, I try to reset that. If it doesn't reset, then I got an issue and I'll call you guys.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Now, on this unit right here, it has 3 modes: auto, service, and timeout. Okay. Auto mode that allow to operate this controller right here. Service mode that allow you to operate manually. Okay. See, now we just went back by itself because it's an auto mode and you keep the pump on.
Okay.
If we put it on service, let me show you here on this control. Just turn it on. Okay, that's the main screen. Okay. You go on service. Now to shut the pump off, but it also is going to be a message here: service mode not operation allowed here. Okay, so that means somebody put the box on service, so that's why your remote doesn't work. So you need to come out here and hit the button 2 times. One is going to take your time out. The second time is going to bring you back to auto mode. But at the same time, if you're going to be cleaning the filter or service this equipment right here, that's where you need to put it on service. Okay, now service that allow you to operate manually. You see right here? If you're in auto mode, it's not going to allow you to operate manually. You're going to have to go through the controller. Okay? Now timeout is the same as service as manual mode that allow you to operate manually. Okay? The only difference in between, this one has 3 hours delay. Okay? And it goes back to the auto mode by itself after 3 hours. You see this right here? Start counting down. 2 hours and 59 minutes. Okay? So these do the work for you to put it back on auto. So every time you add any chemicals, you're supposed to run the filter pump for 3 hours minimum. So that's why they came out with this mode. So if you add a chemical, the pump will shut down around 5 o'clock. Let's say you add the chemicals after you get from work, 5 o'clock, and then you're supposed to run the pump 3 hours. So you came out here and put it on timeout, turn the filter pump on, it's going to run for 3 hours, and it's going to go back by itself to auto. So at that point, it's going to be 8 o'clock on the night. The cycle is going to be off. So the pump is going to shut off. It will came back on next day at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay? So that's what the timeout is for. Okay, now they're labeled right here. That's the main filter pump. This is the cleaner. And this is the pool light. You can do all the options through your PDA. You don't have to do it manually. But this is just in case you run out of battery, or you're going to let somebody else use the pool, or you don't want to let them use the PDA because this is $600 to $700 replacement. So you can tell, if your son is going to let some friend use the pool and you don't want to let them use the PDA, you can just show them how to operate it manually. So this button right here, that's the one for the heater. Okay? But again, he don't have to come out here and do manually. All this is just a manual option.
Manual, but he can do everything you're showing me from that.
Right. Now this right here, this little screen, this control, that's for the salt system. This one right here, that's the guy that produced chlorine. These arrows is to increase or decrease the producing of chlorine. Right now it's 0% because I set everything through the PDA, so it goes every 5%. Okay, you want to set this box between 70 to 80%.
Okay.
And of course, every time you test the water, if you low on chlorine, you're just going to bump it up to, you know, every time you add it, you want to go at least 10%. 5% is not going to do any difference.
Okay, so 10%.
10% to see some changes. This button right here, this is going to tell you how much salt concentration on the pool. This system needs to be between 2.9, which is 2,900, and 3,400 parts per million. If it's too low, it's not enough salt to produce chlorine. So you punch this button right here to tell you how much salt is in the water. 2.9.
Okay.
We're right on the limit, so we need to add a little bit of salt. Before I leave, I'm going to add a little bit of salt.
Okay.
This one right here, that's the temperature.
What is the temperature right now?
80.
It's 80 right now? What is it usually when people swim? Is it about 80 or what? Really? Okay.
Okay. All right, but all these options you can do through the PDA. You don't have to do manually. So let me turn this on, and then we just put it back to auto mode. Okay.
So this little thing will tell me when I need to add
salt. Right, it's going to be showing low salt or high salt. If you
just dump it in.
Right, just get around.
Just get around and do it with the little broom thing.
And every time you turn it on, it'll take a few seconds to link with the box.
Okay.
Okay, now it's on. So that's the main screen. The one on the top is the main filter pump. Okay? See right there, it says, now it's going to be flipping back and forth. See, now it's telling you 2,900. That's what this button was telling us, 2.9.
Okay.
Right here, it shows only 2 digits. On this PDA, it'll be showing the full 4 digits.
Okay.
Okay? So the main filter pump, she came on here in a second. And the next button is the heater, the cleaner, and the pool light. Okay. Main menu, this in case you want to change the cycle on the pumps. You know, if you want to run in more or less hours, so you go to menu, okay, and then you go to program. You punch select, and then you want to see how many hours the main filter pump is running or change that cycle on that one. You punch select one more time. Now it's telling you that the pumps you came on every day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. Now, if you want to add another program, it's going to have to be after 5 o'clock. They can be 2 cycles. Okay. If you want to turn it again after 5, so you can add another program, or if you want to delete it, or if you want to change it.
Is there any reason why we'd want to change it or run it?
No. The only time you might want to decrease the hours once the temperature starts getting, you know, 60, 65 every day, and then you can shorten the hours. You can run in at least 6 hours a day and save some money on electricity. Otherwise, this is the hours you want to be running all the time. This pump, like you were asking me the other day, it has a freeze guard protection. This little thing right here, that's the air sensor. Okay? This is the guy that's going to tell the pump to came on when the temperatures be below 34 degrees. Okay? So on this screen, we have air temperature telling us it's 91 degrees, water temperature is 81. This control was telling us 80. Okay. So it's like a degree different. So this right here, this is the water sensor. Now this thing goes out. It doesn't stay good forever. So if it starts throwing up crazy numbers, you know, if it's telling you the air temperature is 100 degrees when you know it's 60 degrees outside,
then it's
that means this is something wrong with that
air sensor.
Right. This is water sensor. That one is air sensor. Yeah, that's the same.
Oh,
one
they're the
is
same.
drinking water, and the other one drinking air.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's water, and that's air.
If something happened to any of this equipment on 3 years period of time, that's going to be covered under warranty.
On 3 years? Okay.
Okay. They have to do just now. They on this day they want you to call them. Inside here you're going to find the 1-800 number right here. Okay.
Okay.
And the reason why, because they want you to give them the serial number
from that.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
On the old days, they used to trust the pool builders, but there was a lot of builders that were climbing free stuff, and it wasn't really warranty. That was for them to do another pool. So now that's why they want to split with the homeowners.
What's that little process?
This is just to pressure the lines. Before we flush and everything, if you remember, there was a pipe sticking out on the concrete with the caps on it. There was holding pressure. So this is the only way to put a pressure to the system.
Okay.
But and also in the future, if you need to drain the pool for whatever reason, doing acid wash or whatever, you can turn the pump on and you can hook up a hose also take it all the way to the street, a water hose, and then make sure the pump is running. You open this pump, now you're going to be draining the pool.
Oh, that would drain the pool.
That'll drain the pool.
Okay.
So I have some customers, they've been connecting the water hose to water the grass is dry. And then all of a sudden they've been draining the pool and they call me and said, hey, something wrong with the pool, we keep draining. And then the first thing I find out, water hose.
So don't use that for anything but the pool. Okay. That kind of makes sense to me.
Okay. So now, right here in the back, this little basic unit, this is the computer brain right here. This is the guy that keeps the memory of
everything.
Programming. Now, it has to have a backup battery in case you got a powerage. Okay.
Okay.
If you don't have the backup battery, when the power comes back on, it's not going to hold the program, and you're going to have to reprogram it. So it has a little battery. It doesn't have the 9-volt battery here anymore.
Okay.
They just came out with the new system. They haven't changed the cover. Okay. That's why I'm going to open this. Right here in the back, I don't know if you can see this 3-volt battery. Yes. Like the clock, like the washer's battery. That one needs to be replaced every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
Right. So you can do 4th of July and around Christmas time. So that way you don't
4th of July, Christmas.
Right.
Okay,
right.
Change that.
Right.
And that's not going to hurt me to open that up, all these electrical
I
stuff.
would recommend just
turning that off,
yeah,
just that big main switch off, and then putting it in.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That
it
sounds
has only
good.
2 screws that hold the 2
Oh,
on the,
good.
on the
Okay.
end.
So Christmas and the 4th of July. Change that little brown battery out and cut the power off first before I do anything.
Right.
Okay.
All this is just a low voltage. It's not 110 or 220, but it still is going to.
Still, yeah. I still don't want to.
Right.
I'm kind of afraid of electricity a little.
That'll just give something.
Am I going to be able to do all this, Rudy?
Oh, yeah.
Remember it all? I'll read it once I read it
all.
all.
They're all writing, so.
So what is on a day-to-day basis, like the maintenance that I have to watch out for on a day-to-day basis that I would be looking for to do maintenance?
You're going to be checking the water. Recommend at least twice a week.
Twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay. You're going to be checking your chlorine, your pH, and your alkalinity.
Okay.
And a stabilizer. The stabilizer you normally use like once a year. That's a buffer to protect the chlorine so it doesn't disappear so quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
And I do all that with that PDA? Check everything?
This they haven't came out with any
that'll
control
check that.
to. It is one device that you can buy on Lester's Pool Supplies, a little floating thing. You just throw it in the pool.
Really?
And operate with batteries. That I haven't used it, but I had customers that tell me that's about $400 deal. But that one, it will tell you, that'll test the water for you, in other words. But not only that, anybody can test the water. We provide test strips. We're going to provide test strips. This is for the salt, and this one right here is going to be checking the first thing I was telling you, pH, chlorine, alkaline, and stabilizer. Okay. But the question is, what should I do once you know the result? If you low on pH or if you high on alkalinity, that device that'll tell you what to do, how much to add. Okay. Normally, you're going to be needed boracic acid. Okay. You're going to need a super shot, which is a high concentration of granular chlorine, in other words. Okay. And soda hash or baking soda. Okay. The reason why you're gonna need baking soda or soda hash in case you added too much acid in the pool. Okay. When the pH is too high, which it normally does with the high temperatures, to bring the pH down, you need boracic acid. Okay. For this size pool, I'm gonna say maybe 1 quart.
1 quart. Okay.
That'll do it. Okay. And then you wait 24 hours before you test it again to making sure you are where you need to be. Okay. if for whatever reason you not pour too much acid, now your pH is going to be too low. Low pH means too acidity, too much acid on the water. So how you diluted that acid with baking soda or soda hash? Baking soda you can buy on Sam's. They have a big 10, 20 pound bag.
Okay, baking soda.
You can use that for laundry or pool too.
Okay.
Now, when the pH is off, the alkalinity is going to be off. Okay. 99% of the time, when you adjust the pH, you're fixing the alkalinity because the remedies are the same. Okay. Now, like I said, a stabilizer, you might going to need that like once a year. That's it. And then again, when you do, I'll show you in a minute how to use the test strips. So when you load a stabilizer, you just go to Lasky Pool Supplies and you tell them you need a stabilizer, and they give you a stabilizer. Okay. This depends on the size of the bucket you want to buy. Okay. Again, for pH and alkalinity, you're just going to need uric acid. Okay. Which is that little gallon that I have, like a quart.
About a quart of that.
Right.
Once a year?
No, that's
once a month.
No, that depends on how often you're going to be off on your pH.
Okay.
So, on high temperatures, we recommend to test the water twice a week. Okay. A lot of customer calls and hey, my pool is unbalanced. Nobody can control that, so that's why you need to step on top of it and check it twice a week. So Monday you're probably going to be fine on chlorine, but Wednesday you're going to be off. Okay, there's nothing wrong with the system. It's just the way it is. Happens. You know, the heat, the UVs, if the rain, dirty water is going to mess it up in chlorine. So you need to check it twice a week and add it whatever needs to be added. If everything is fine, you don't have to do anything. Okay. The only thing that this system is going to be producing for you is chlorine. Okay. So this system converts the salt to chlorine, but every now and then you're still going to have to shock it, which is granule chlorine. Okay. And it says here in the book. Good. Okay. So, all right. For the book. All right. Any questions so far about this box?
No, it's all manual. And that PDA, it'll do what this does and everything. And if I'm going to mess with anything, cut that power switch off first. And then if I have a problem with the lights or anything, I go in here and reset it. If it doesn't pop out, then there's something wrong. Cut it off and call you. Right. Is that right on that?
Right. You got it. All right.
And then test the pool twice a week for chemicals and stuff. Right. And you're going to show me how to test it with the test strips.
All right. Let's be talking now about plumbing.
Okay.
All these are being labeled, all these valves, okay? That's the main drain, which is those spots on the bottom of the pool. Okay? Those are suction, that's where there's the sources of the pump to pool water. Okay? These two are the skimmers, okay? Those are the ones on the top. They're kind of at the towel level with the plastic run cap on it. Yes. Those are the skimmers. Okay. So we had two skimmers and the main drain. So the water level is really important, because if the water starts getting below the skimmers, now this pump is going to be pulling air. Okay? If it starts pulling air for so long, it's going to overheat it and it's going to burn out.
So make sure you got to keep the water up by the skimmers.
Right. You're going to be added water, at least twice a week.
And add the water just with the water hose like y'all did?
Right. Okay. Well, Randy's going to bring that pipe that's connected already into one of the skimmers.
Oh, good.
So you don't have to drop your hose all the time.
Oh, good.
So that's what the fuel line is going to do.
He'll show me that.
Right, and then I give you that clock. And then,
that clock, yeah.
Okay? So this is how the pump pulls water. Okay. On those two skimmers, we have a basket. Okay, and I show you that basket needs to be clean. Anything that's floating on the pool, any leaves, any grass when they mow in the yard, is going to end up in that basket. Okay. Anything that goes through the basket is going to end up in this basket. Okay. So this basket is going to have to be clean. Okay. Every time you can, that's why they put a clear lens on it.
Oh, good.
So you can see through. Now a lot of customers call and say, hey, my pump is running dry. And I go, how do you know? They say, well, I don't see water. The water is so clean that it makes you think that the pump is running dry, but this is full of water. Oh, you see water moving on the pool, that means the pump is not running dry. Let me show you how to look when the pump is running dry. Okay. And it sounds different. Do you see now all the air bubbles? Yes. Now, it's not pulling water because I shot all the suction.
I see it sucking it down. Okay.
So when it's running fine, it's really smooth. When the water level is too low and starts pulling air from the skimmers, that's how it's going to sound.
Okay.
If you come outside and you hear the pump making this noise,
something's wrong.
Yeah, you know that the water level is low.
So I just got to make sure those water levels under those skimmers.
Right.
Then I'm good.
Right. But that's what the little timer's going to do.
Oh, good. So it'll tell me.
So the first couple of weeks is going to take you time to guess at it how many minutes. 15 minutes or 25 minutes.
Okay.
So the first couple of weeks you're going to be playing with the clock.
Okay.
So this needs, and of course, to clean this basket, the pump needs to turn off.
Oh, right.
So let me turn it off and show you how to do that.
Okay.
You just put it on service. Okay.
Put it on service.
So that way it'll shut everything off.
That shuts everything off on service.
And you're just going to have to heat a little bit.
Like that.
Then pull them out. Yeah, you can hose it off. The first thing you need to just,
tap it. Is it like, would I clean it normally right now, or should I wait till it gets kind of full?
No, you don't want to wait until it gets full. So
clean as soon as I see it.
It's not gonna be collecting a lot of stuff. You don't have any big trees or anything. So probably like once a week.
Once a week would be good.
Yeah, it should be fine.
So I just
now this has one way to go. You see this cutout?
I do see that.
Line.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now it has this other cutout here.
Okay, so make sure that's in line with that.
Right there.
Okay.
All right.
Then put that on and twist it.
Right. Just twist it and you're done.
Okay, so in order to change that, I come over here and put the box on service.
Okay, and just remember when you're done, you just have to push twice to get back to auto.
Push it twice to auto.
Okay, now since we got the pump off, we're going to take the opportunity to show you what you're going to have to do to clean the filter.
Okay.
Inside of these filters, of this tank, it has 4 cartridges. Okay?
Okay.
It needs to be clean. Okay? Every time this needle gets close to 30 psi.
Okay.
Okay? That's when it needs to be taken apart and clean it. You clean it just with the water hose.
Oh, just water hose.
You hose it off. Okay.
But it gets to 30.
30 psi.
Okay, psi. Then it needs to be cleaned.
We're just gonna set the dial right there. It says 30 right on 30 psi.
Oh, okay. And then that's how we'll know.
So the first thing you do when you turn the pump off, already break the loop. That's why it's not going to be in air. But normally, when you don't open this basket first,
it's going to have pressure.
It's going to have some pressure. These things, so you're going to have to release the air on this valve.
Okay. So release that air. Okay.
Once you start releasing the air, the next thing to do, you're going to have to undo this plug. Okay, you leave that alone. And then you just undo this plug. Okay, this is just a hand tie.
Okay.
You remove this plug, and then it's going to start draining this tank.
Okay.
Okay? When you're done, you just put them back. The reason why you want to remove...
Do I do it to all the water's out?
Right.
Okay.
The reason why you want to remove this plug, because let's say you're going to clean it. You open this valve, you take this plug off.
Okay.
Now the next thing to do, you're going to have to undo these belts. This tank has 2 parts, the top and the bottom, just like this picture right here.
Okay.
These belts keep these 2 parts in place. So you're going to have a 9/16 wrench to undo right here. You don't take these bolts. This is just a hinge.
Okay, don't bother that.
You just take this all the way out. Once you take that off, this because this is a hinge, you can just open like that, and this can be removed.
Okay.
And then now you can take this top part, and inside you're going to find the 4 cartridges.
Okay.
They're all the same.
Okay.
You can't be confused, like which one was on the right, which one was on the left. There's 4 of them that all look the same, then they go all the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Clean them all.
Right. And if you don't remove this plug,
I'm going to be in trouble.
Water is going to remain all the way to here.
Okay.
So they're really heavy. If in the water, that's the only reason why you want to undo this plug.
Okay.
And not only that, so when you remove all those cartridges, you can rinse off the tank, and that'll discharge all the dirty stuff away.
Okay.
Okay?
So just rinse them off with the water hose, you said?
With the water hose.
Okay, and use a 9/16 of a wrench to undo that, 9/16?
Suck it, you can use suck it.
So I turn, first of all, I undo that, and then that, let the water out, and then do the wrench and take it off and the filters out to clean them, and there's no confusion. Rinse them, put them back in, and do that about
Every time it gives 30 psi. We recommend at least 3 times.
And that'll come up and show me, and it'll show me on the PDA?
No,
it won't show me on the PDA?
No, because if the pump is off, this gauge is going to be all the way down.
Okay.
So these raise only when the pump is running.
Okay. So I'll just have to come out here and look at it and see.
Right, right.
Okay.
Right. Now the other thing needs to be clean, besides the filter, that's going to be the salt cell. This is the salt cell.
Okay.
So the first thing you do, you try to do this when you clean the filter, so you don't forget when you clean this and when you took the filter.
So do both at the same time.
At least every 4 months.
Every 4 months.
So once the power is being turned off, you just disconnect the electricity right here. Okay. Same thing. All these couplings, they're hand tied. You're not supposed to use a channel locks or any tool.
So just use your hand.
Yeah. You see?
Okay. Yep.
Just a hand tie. There's
that
another one on the bottom. This is the one that has the water sensor on the bottom. So all these 3 needs to be take it out. Okay. Once you remove all these 3 couplings.
That was 2 and that one underneath the bottom.
The one on the bottom. Now this unit is going to be free. You can take it with you anywhere you want. Okay. What we try to do when you clean these cells, because we add salt to the water, you automatically induce in calcium.
Okay.
So calcium is going to be right on the salt cell, which is stainless steel blades.
Okay.
You clean it with muriatic acid.
Okay.
The same acid you're going to need for the UPH.
Okay. Same acid.
Now you're going to need a 5-gallon bucket, and you're going to rest this unit straight up inside the bucket, and you fill up the bucket with water all the way to this point right here. Okay. And then you're going to pour, I'm going to say about 20 ounces of muriatic acid is straight inside this unit. So if you added muriatic acid to this cell, and the cell is not in the water, you will damage the blades. So that's why this needs to be covered submerged in water.
Completely submerged in water. In a bucket with muriatic acid.
Right. Now, a lot of guys say, well, I don't understand. If you said the acid is going to hurt the blades, why am I going to be pouring acid straight anyway? Well, because the blades are in the water. The acid is going to be strong enough to clean the calcium, but not strong enough to hurt the blades. Okay. If you pour acid straight on the blade without having it in the water, that'll leave yellow stain marks on it. If something happened to this unit and you turn it into warranty, when the people came out here,
they'll tell.
The first thing going to be like, nah, you burn it out. So that's how they know. So that's really important that this unit is rested in the water when you added acid. You don't add it straight.
How long do I leave it in there? In the muriatic acid? Just 3 minutes?
Between 3 or 5 minutes, no more than that.
So just get a 5-gallon bucket, put muriatic acid in there, take that and set it straight up, let it say 3 minutes.
You fill up the bucket with water first. Okay.
And then the muriatic acid in there.
And then muriatic acid is straight in this unit.
Okay, and then leave it in there about 3 minutes and it's clean?
Right.
I don't use a brush or nothing, it just cleans it automatically?
No, it doesn't feed anything inside.
Nothing, so I just take it off, put it in that bucket, and then hook it back up.
Right. Before you connect it back, you want to just rinse it off with fresh water and put it back in.
Oh, rinse it off with fresh water first.
Right. Now this is the way it needs to go back. It'll feed both ways, but this is the right direction. You want to be able to read those letters.
You want to be able to read it, okay.
Right. And then once you put it back, just connect it back.
So first I unconnect it, then does it matter if I do the one below or the 2 first?
No, it doesn't matter which way you want to start.
Okay, just make sure I do all three, unplug it, put it in the bucket, leave it 3 minutes, rinse it with water, put it back on.
Right.
Okay.
And that's all those instructions are on the book.
Oh, good. I'll read that book, good.
This is the booster pump that runs the little cleaner.
Okay, yes. I was wondering where that was.
This one doesn't need any maintenance. It doesn't have any basket or anything. The reason why, because water goes through this pump even if it's running or not. So that's why they call it booster pump. So you just boost it up to send more pressure to that line when you want the cleaner running.
Okay, so nothing to do with this one. That one. Yay.
The only things that needs to be cleaned is the cartridges, the salt system, and this basket.
Just 3.
This basket, at least check it once a week.
Okay.
These every 4 months.
Every 4 months, and these do at the same time, and check that.
Right. Now this is the heater. It doesn't require any maintenance. The only thing I recommend customers is turn it on at least once a month.
Turn it on at least once a month.
5-10 minutes.
Okay.
The reason why, because it's like if you, I had a customer they didn't use the heater for the first year.
Right.
And then when they tried to turn it on, it won't work.
Okay.
I said, well, this is like when you set the car for a year and you drive it in the garage and you try to turn it on, it's not going to, just to keep it in shape,
Once.
You know, 5 to 10 minutes, no more than that, at least once a month.
Once a month.
So this unit can last at least, you know, between 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
So, but if you don't use
no maintenance for it at all. Just turn on, once a month.
Right.
5 or 10 minutes, and that's it.
Right.
Is there anything that I need to protect it? Is there any covers or anything you need to get for any of this equipment to protect it from the freeze? It's okay.
No, because it has a freeze guard protection.
It has a freeze guard protection. Okay,
so,
good.
Yep, you don't have to worry about it.
Well, that's good.
All right, now if you guys going to be out of town,
yes,
and to be safe, you might want to turn the gas off.
Okay.
This is the little valve right here.
Oh, and that turns the gas off right there. Okay.
So if it's in line with the pipe is on.
Okay.
So
it's on right now,
it's on
and
right
then
now.
I turn it the other way, and that pushes it off. So if you go downtown, just turn it off.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Well, let me show you how to use this.
Okay. It sounds like a lot. Do I ever have to do these little things here?
No, you don't have to mess with this valve.
I never mess with those deals.
They need to be open so the pump can pull
so
water all the time.
So I never mess with those. The only thing I'm going to mess with is that little
daddy.
Right.
And now this other valve right here, this is the section, and this is the return side.
Okay.
This one right here, that's the pool returns, those outlets around the pool.
Okay.
All these 4 valves are for the deck jets. Okay?
Oh, the deck jets.
They've been off all the time.
Okay.
Because every time you run any water feature, you're going to be losing more water by evaporation.
Okay.
So this is something you don't want to have running all the time unless you're going to be outside and, you know, enjoying it. But let's turn it on to see.
Okay, so we can see them?
Yep.
And so all the deals are plastic. I noticed on there that at one time he said brass. Is anything brass, or is that just not?
What?
I don't know. It said the upgrade drains are going to be brass, but it's no big deal. I just read it on the deal when I was looking through everything.
I have to look at it. I don't know exactly what.
It just said an upgrade on the drain covers to brass, but I don't know. They look good. The plastic ones look okay. I was just wondering if there's some brass ones I had to worry about. So if you ever wanted to do the little gadget where you do it from the computer, how does that work? Have you ever wanted to add that to your feature?
The what? Sorry?
The controls. I know that there's you can do it from your laptop or from your iPhone.
Oh, the IQ 900.
Yeah, so you could just, is that going to be, if you ever down the road want to add that, is that hard to add?
No, what it is just take another antenna like that one. And these basic units going to have to be changed.
Okay.
Because it came with a different chip.
Okay. But that's just really for if you had I don't think he'll have to have that in this house. It's not that big. It doesn't have upstairs or anything. But
it's just, you know, it's like on these days having an iPhone versus having just a regular phone.
Right.
You know, if you want to be fancy and have better technology, you can do the IQ 900. And that'll give you the advantage to be any part of the world and still be able to
control your pool.
Right.
How expensive are those?
I think that's about $1,100.
So the upgrade about $1,100.
Yeah.
Okay. Got to learn all this stuff first.
Oh, that's easy.
It's easy.
Because you're not going to be here every day messing with the valve. You're not going to be here every day trying to clean the filter.
No.
You know.
I'm just worried about that electricity with that light. I'm not going to have any problem. Right in there,
Nope. I mean, just think about how many pools been built.
A lot.
Yeah. So every pool has a pool light.
Yeah. How often do you think we're going to have to run that? If he wanted to use it, I know not in the snow or anything, but let's just say when it's kind of nippy or whatever, how long would he have to run that heater to get the water temperature comfortable to get in?
That depends on a lot of things. Depends on air temperature, water temperature, and but I'm gonna say this heater should be able to raise at least 1 degree per minute.
Okay.
So if the water is 65 and you want to bring it up to 85, so you're looking about, I'm going to say at least 10 hours easy.
Okay.
So it's about an hour per degree on the pool.
Okay.
On the spa, it'll heat up real quick. This is not a big pool, so maybe take a little less than an hour per degree. So I would have said at least 10 to 15 hours.
Okay. What's the best way to keep it heated after you get it heated without losing it? Is it those solar blankets any good, Randy?
It'll help. I heard some customers that they use that.
There's also, I know I went to Leslie's and they said there's a chemical you can put in there. Is that any good? You know what I'm talking about? I thought, I don't know, that doesn't sound good to me.
I had a customer that told me that he used that before, and he said,
no good.
No.
The solar blanket.
The solar blanket, that's the way to go.
Okay.
This guy's not want to connect it. Now we can open these valves.
Those are open. One of them. So is that how I always turn them on?
Right.
Just come over here and manually turn those on when we get ready to use them.
You open too much, look,
it goes too high.
They go way too high.
So you can just kind of,
see, and it's going to be flashing outside the door.
I see, okay. So you can just kind of eye it and think about how you want it.
You can turn only 1 or 2 or 4 or 3.
Just however many you want. Is that just like when you're in a swim pool and you want to cool down? Is this something you want to use it? But the downside of that is you lose water from the pool.
Well,
maybe if it goes too fast.
For a day or two, yeah.
Yeah, do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay.